Hello everyone, we wanted to introduce you to a few of our horses and tell you a bit about them. It is rainy and a bit chilly, so let's see how much we get done. And you will definitely hear the boys in the background playing because they are with us every step of the way. This is Chigger. We got her December 2021. Her registered name is Miss Badger's Money. Chigger is a flea-bitten gray, and she was a really good barrel mare in her own right, but due to injury, she is only sound for breeding, and she's only a broodmare now. She is currently bred to Smart Diamond Dunnet, and she's due to have a end of March, beginning of April baby. Her due date is between March 27th and April 3rd. So sometime in that period, she will have her foal in the spring. Chigger is our broodmare. She is an American quarter horse. She's currently 17 years old. She'll be 18 next year. When we got her, she was bred to Redmaker's Last Jet, or Easy. Easy is a bay roan. He does barrels, poles, the different type of speed rodeo type events. And Chigger also used to be a barrel mare until she got hurt. So she is now only sound and safe to be a broodmare. If you were to ride her a lot, it would inflame her injury. It's her back ankle that swells up, and she gives a little bit to it, so she would not be sound to ride for a prolonged period of time, as well as you can't push on her, compete on her. But she is an amazing mama. She takes care of her babies. We only have the one baby with her right now, but she is currently due between March 27th and around April 3rd, because we did not AI her. She was live covered with a stallion. His name is Smart Diamond Dunnet. The baby she's carrying now, she was actually bred to him last year and ended up possibly being bred with twins, and we popped one because horses cannot safely carry twins, and you never want to have your mare pregnant with twins. After she was bred back to him this year, we took her to the vet and found out that she does have a cyst. So it is possible that instead of being bred with twins, they saw the cyst and thought it was a twin pregnancy. But after we had the embryo popped last year, she came up open, so we did not have a foal from her this spring. But she is due to foal next spring. If I was able to pick, I would hope it would be a little red or red dun filly. But as long as it's healthy and the mama's healthy, I'm going to be glad with whatever it is. Once the baby is born, our plan is to breed her to a junior stallion. He just started on his riding career. He is only a 3-year-old. He'll be 4 next year. But he does barrels, poles, and he is also broke to drive a cart with a harness. So if everything goes well, that's our plan for next year, to breed her to him. If we do not breed her to him, there's the option of going back to Redmaker's Last Jet and hoping that we get a filly this time, because we really like that cross. Cicero is great-minded, and Easy and Chiger both put a really nice build on him. as well as plenty of spunk, which is what Owen likes. So how we came to get Chigger and really decide that this is the route we want to go is that we were sitting at Cracker Barrel eating breakfast, and I was looking online. We had wanted to get something that was registered so we could confirm how old the horse is, know a little bit about what its makeup is, make sure it's not gated, make sure it's not actually 21 and they sold it to you as a 4-year-old, make sure there's no diseases that it's prone to or it's a carrier for, anything like that. And I happened to see Chigger's ad and she just jumped out to us. So we reached out to the guy. My husband went to Summer Shade in Kentucky and got her. She was already bred when we got her, and it was our first foray into foals, into bred mares. So with Chigger, she's bred really well. She's bred for On the Money Red as well as Peppy Sam Badger. She has a really easygoing personality. She loves people. You can pet on her, whatever. She's very protective of her babies. She's nice and gentle. Just has a great mind that we're hoping she passes on to every baby. She is not a horse that you would try to breed to get a specific color unless the color you're trying to go for is gray. Because she is a flea bitten gray, there's a 50-50 shot with any baby she has that it is going to be gray. It could be born red, it could be brown, it could be any color when it's born, but if it has her one copy of the gray gene, it's going to end up gray no matter what. So any baby she has, you have a 50% chance you're getting a gray baby. The hope is, as beautiful as she is and as pretty of a gray color as she is with her flea bitten, your hope is that the baby's not getting that gray gene. The problem with gray, just like with fair-skinned, light-skinned people, gray horses also get skin melanomas, tumors, things like that. And we really want to stay away from that. We want them to be happy and healthy and not have any extra health risk. So we will never breed her to a stallion that is gray, just because we do not want them to get the double gray gene. We do not want to have the foals possibly later on in their lives worry about melanomas, tumors, the other health risk associated with being a gray horse. I got Fred in July of 2012. I had a horse that passed away and I just quickly needed another horse because state show was coming. I needed just something to ride. We happened to find an ad for Fred. He was sold as an either 5 or 8-year-old 4-H horse, pony. He is 53 to 54 inches, so he is a pony. Instead of him being roughly 16 to 19, if they were accurate on the age that they said he was, based on his teeth and judging his age by that, he is in his 30s. He's grayed, which means he's not registered. He doesn't have paperwork showing where he came from. telling what his birthday is, anything like that. So when you have a grade horse short of you or someone you know actually breeding that horse themselves, there's no guarantee how old they are. There's no guarantee what they're mixed with. We've had horses that were sold to us as quarter horses that had to be something gated mixed in with them, part Morgan or just something, because instead of trotting they would go into a gate, and we just never can guarantee what we're getting with a grade horse unless we've bred it or unless someone we know and trust has bred it. You can't guarantee you're getting what they're actually saying you're getting. But Fred, when I got him, was jumpy. He would jump off all 4 feet when a leaf flew in front of him. He was scared of everything. We've been scared by cows in a field running beside the fence next to us, and he wanted to run away. In his defense, I'm pretty sure the cow was bigger than him. And he has gotten scared by a cow statue, by a squirrel running in front of him. For as wild and skittish as Fred was, as he got older, we put more time into him, rode him, put the miles on him. He really mellowed out and turned into a great beginner horse. We've had my nephew as well as a friend learn how to ride on him, and if he was not as old as he is, we were actually going to let Connor ride on him, but he's retired now just to enjoy his life as long as he can. He's put in his time. He's not going anywhere. We're just going to enjoy him as long as he's comfortable and able to. But he turned out to be a really great horse simply for us putting the time into him. Any horses that are skittish and jumpy and scared, if you put the time into them, have them trust you, and then just take them over and over and over past whatever they're scared by, teaching them that it's not going to hurt them, you're guaranteed to get a good horse out of it. Raylo is a buckskin roan AQHA mare, so a American quarter horse mare. Her registered name is Watch Me Go Cowgirl. She was born in 2011, so she is 12. She'll be 13 next year. She is bred to be more of a fiery, reactive, speedy mare. But she has a really good mind on her. She will calm down, walk on, do whatever you ask of her. But if you ask her to go, she will go full speed, whatever direction, for as long as you want, because she's 110% ready to go all day long. Raylo is the horse I'm riding after having kids, losing my confidence, not having my balance the way I want it. I've just been mostly walk, trotting, loping just a little, not a lot at all. I'm not ready to go as fast as she is capable of, and so she slows down for me. Our plan next year is to breed her to a stallion called Swagger's Double Drift. He goes by the name Ghost. He's a blue roan stallion, and with her being a buckskin roan, we're guaranteed to get a roan baby from the mix, but there's no telling what color we're going to get. But Ghost is supposed to have a good mind to him. He's pretty athletic. He's used in Western Pleasure and Ranch. And then Raylo came from South Dakota, and she's actually bred for the ranchers heritage. So she came off a cattle ranch in South Dakota. And hopefully we have a nice, good-minded, nice temperament foal out of that. We're hoping for a filly because we want to have fillies that we can ride in their younger years, and then later on with a filly you have the option to breed them. If we do not have a filly, there's a possibility that that baby will also be for sale. So if we fall in love with it, of course we're going to keep it, but we can't keep every horse. We don't have the room for it. We don't have enough people and enough saddles to go on every horse, so we can't keep them all. If we do decide to sell it, you're definitely going to be the first to know. Raylo is really more of a sentimental horse. I got her a month after my mom passed away, and my mom was always really big on buckskins and palominos. Buckskins were always her favorite. And one morning Owen saw Raylo's ad on Facebook and sent it to me, basically saying, "Ooh, look, she's nice, she's pretty," and moving on. Except for I did not move on. It was a kind of spur of the moment decision, because really I did not have a horse to ride, and I do want to get back into riding, as well as Owen wanted me to go trail riding with him, to do more things horse related, because I do like it. But with having 2 kids, having lost my confidence, and constantly having a lot to do, I just had not made it a priority. So I reached out to the woman who had Raylo, and it seemed like a lot of things just aligned for us to go get her. We went that night to look at her. The woman that had Raylo said that she had a multitude of people that had been asking about her, and that if I wanted to come look at her that night, she would at least hold her that night for me. So we jumped in the car, drove for what felt like forever, which was really only like 2.5 hours. Owen literally said, if I want her, need to jump and get her, she's not going to last long. We drove to Owensboro and looked at her. It was pitch black, no light. Owen jumped on her just by the light that they had in the barn and rode her around. She was really nice. She had plenty of get up and go, but the woman said she was great on the trail, just that if you asked her to go on, to hang on and be prepared, because she's going to go full speed whatever direction you point her. And they brought her and delivered her to us the very next day. She's great on the trails, goes pretty much wherever you point her. We just did the St. Jude trail ride, and she went all day long.
This is Cicero. It's Cicero's Red Badger. He was born on April Fool's Day, April the 1st of 2022. He's kind of the colt that started it all around here. We kind of decided to start breeding and get into breeding a little bit and everything, and we just lucked up on Chigger, and she was already bred with this guy. I had called her up and was watching her and noticed she'd been waxing, and sure enough, that night after I noticed that, she had him. So I was there when he was born, and pretty much have fooled with him since he has absolutely hit the ground. He's only a yearling now. I've got him halter broke. Connor, our 8-year-old, he can lead him around about anywhere he wants to go. He's had saddles and blankets. He'll stand tied, stand for brushing on him. I've worked on breaking him to harness. I've had him in it twice now, and he's done absolutely great with it. Plan next year is hopefully, if everything goes right and I have enough time to do it with everything else that we've got going on, I'm gonna try and start breaking him the saddle and everything. Of course, if I don't have enough time or don't have the time I think he needs and deserves, I'll end up sending him to a trainer and having him broke. I'm gonna try and wait. I haven't fully decided as to how long before I geld him. Like, we're not set up around here for a stud, and I don't want to do breeding that way. So we're going to end up gelding him eventually, but I haven't decided when. Gonna try and break him to barrels and poles and all the games. He's going to end up being my main ride, short of one of these boys stealing him. He's going to be a gray horse. We had him color tested to find out. When he was born, you can still kind of see it now. He was red like this and everything, so I was hoping he was going to end up red ronin, but the color test come back and he's going to end up being gray, hopefully as pretty as his mama is.